Are your kids feeling anxiety through these kind of stressful and crazy times with the coronavirus? I know that my kids and the kids I'm seeing in therapy definitely are. And so what I want to do in this video is I want to teach you a little bit more about how to help. We produced one video already that talked about how kids' brains are different than our brains, right? And today we're going to talk about kind of another version of that. We're going to talk about how if you really want to get a kid to relax, you got to activate their brainstem. You got to get their base brain going, which means actually getting out of their head and getting into their body. So if that sounds like something that could help you, help your kids, I want you to really stick around. Check this one out. Hi, I'm Brett, your favorite shrink, and I'm the executive director for the Gathering of Good People. The Gathering is a nonprofit. We're dedicated to helping you grow emotionally, relationally, and spiritually. And we've started this new episode, this new series actually, this is one of the episodes called Anxious, that's really helping us deal with the anxiety that's coming up around the coronavirus. Today's episode, like we mentioned, focuses on children. Now, a little disclaimer before I get going. This is going to be a little bit of self-promoting, and I hate that. I'm really not a big self-promoter because, I don't know, it just seems so grandiose and egocentric. But I feel like this time in our lives, we need some resources. And so I want to share a resource with you that I think is going to be really valuable for helping you and your kids. It's a book. And it's a book I wrote a few years back. Actually, if the facts be known, I wrote this book probably 30 years ago, maybe 35 years ago, when I was working in a psychiatric hospital working with kids in the hospital that had a lot of stress and anxiety. But we finally got it published probably 4 years ago. But I wanted to share it with you because it's going to be a really helpful tool in getting your kids to relax. The story is called Exalier and the Dragon. Now, Exalier may sound like a kind of odd and funny word to you, but Exalier is the word relaxed spelled backwards. And that's what Exalier is. He is like the opposite of relaxed. And in the story, it's a really great story because it not only talks about, takes us on an adventure. Exalier has to deal with the dragon. But in his journey to get to the dragon, he has to first conquer his own fears. And the way he does that is that he learns some relaxation techniques. He learns some ways to deal with his own fears and anxieties by meeting a wizard. And the wizard teaches him a very, very, very special song. The song really walks him through a progressive relaxation exercise. Now, before I go too deep into the story, let me give a little bit of preference. I'm just not speaking well today. Let me give you a little bit of background of what we're doing and why we're doing it. As I said in the intro in the very beginning, kids, in order to deal with anxiety, they have to use a different part of your brain than what you and I use. Typically, we're up in our prefrontal cortex. We're thinking about things. We're trying to get our thoughts under control. Well, that's super ineffective with children because their prefrontal cortex is really not well developed. And all their anxiety is really coming from deep inside their limbic system, the core of their brain. And so what we got to do is we got to find a way to help children calm the core of their brain that isn't talky. So this exercise we're going to work on is called, like I said, it's called a progressive relaxation. And a progressive relaxation is an exercise that really tricks the body into relaxing. Here's what I mean. What we're going to do, we're going to start off, and you can even try this with me right now, is we're going to start off by clenching fists. And you can try it for a minute. I want you to squeeze your fists really, 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 really hard. And by holding my fists hard, what happens is the muscles begin to fatigue. They get tired, right? And then what I want to do is I want to take a deep breath. And as I exhale the breath, I'm going to open and relax my hands. Now, pay attention. Notice what your hands feel like as you do that. What I can feel even right now is just a rush of cool, it almost feels like a cool breeze moving out through my fingertips. And that's the sensation of the tension leaving my muscles. And this is the way the progressive relaxation works, is that I'm going to have the children tighten up their muscles. We have Xavier in the story, tighten up his muscles, and then hold them for a period of time. As he holds them, the muscles fatigue, and then we use what's called a diaphragmatic breath, a breath low here in the abdomen, to exhale and then relax. And what that does is I breathe out the breath and at the same time, simultaneously, let go of the tension that I'm holding. I start to build a connection in my brain. The connection in my brain is between exhaling and relaxing. And so the child is starting to learn to calm and relax their body by tricking their body, really. Tensing it, holding it tense, letting it fatigue, and then using a breath and releasing it. And that pattern of releasing and relaxing then becomes linked. So now, hopefully as the kids practice, I can just do an exhale breath. And as I exhale the breath, my muscles begin to relax. This is all an exercise that doesn't require any higher thinking brain. It's a very active exercise. And if you've been around children, right, you know, that's how they learn the best. They learn the best by doing, standing and talking or lecturing to your children about what they should do or how they should feel or how they should think is super ineffective. They need to be engaged. And this progressive relaxation engages them into a relaxation technique. Now, let me go a little bit into the story. And then again, I want to leave a link at the end where you can pick up this book so you can read it to your children, because it really needs to be practice. It needs to be something that you do on a regular basis to have it become a part of their kind of nervous system and become a part of their coping skills. So I'll leave you a resource at the end, but let me just kind of go through it now so you get a sense of what's going to happen. And I'm going to teach you a little bit about the magic song, because there's a magic song and you got to sing it right so you can help your kids. So let me grab it real quick. All right. So as we said before, in this progressive relaxation, we have to fatigue the muscles. And that means we have to hold the tension for a certain length of time. To do that, get up, open to the right page. Here we are. All right. To do that, I've created a song. And the song will allow the kid to hold the tension in their body the length of time that we need them to. So I'm going to sing it for you because you're going to need to know how it works. The song is very simple. We clench fists, we hold the fist tense for a second, and then it goes like this. I got to tighten my muscles. Got to tighten my muscles. I got to tighten my muscles in order to relax. And then I take a deep breath. And then I release it. That holds the muscles about the time we need for them to begin to fatigue. We don't want to hold them too long because we don't want the muscles to go into spasm or to become even hurt. But we can't do it just really quick, tighten, loose, because that's going to have no effect whatsoever. So this is why we incorporate our magic song within the progressive relaxation exercise. Now, as I mentioned before, the second part of it is using your breath. And here, Xavier is learning how to breathe. we call it belly breathing, getting the breath low and slow, because that's going to maximize the amount of lungs that we have and get the breath to be deep enough to relax with. Now, once Xavier learns from the wizard how to tighten his muscles and how then to use his breath and the magic song to release, then he is sent on a quest. And the quest is that he has to go through the forest of fear. And the forest of fear, as you can imagine by the name, the forest of fear has all these scary, scary things in it that require him to use his skills over and over again, because repetition is going to be the key. We can't just teach the kid a skill and then think he's going to do it. No, we got to go through it with him. And that's why it's really important for you to read through this story with him on a regular basis. I would say nightly, particularly when he's first learning it. So here in the very beginning, he's tightening his shoulders because just thinking about going to the forest of fear is really scary. And so he holds his shoulders tight and again sings his magic song. I got to tighten my muscles. I got to tighten my muscles. I got to tighten my muscles in order to relax. Then he uses his breath to begin to let go and let it relax. Well, the next thing that happens to him is that he goes on and he gets himself stuck into some quicksand. And in the quicksand, he has to tighten up his feet now. And so now we're going to start working from the body base all the way up to the top of the head. So where he's going to go here is he's going to take his feet and he's just going to curl his toes. Him or her. I'm saying him because it's Xavier, but obviously curls get tense too. So we're going to curl the toes, hold the tension like you're making fists with your feet. And as we hold that, again, we sing our magic song. I got to tighten my muscles. I got to tighten my muscles. I got to tighten my muscles in order to relax. And as he does, he frees himself from the quicksand. And then Xavier continues on his journey and he encounters spiders. Lots and lots of scary spiders crawling up his legs. And there again, he has to tighten up his legs and hold them really, really tight, sing his song, and then relax. Next, as we go along, we want to move up through the body. So we've done feet and legs. Now he's going to tighten up his stomach, his belly. And here we imagine a snake, a big, scary snake, kind of wrapping itself around him. And there he has to suck his stomach in, or she, again, I'm thinking of Xavier. Again, she has to suck her stomach in, hold it tight. For how long? Till we get through the song. And then again, relax and release. Good. So we go from stomach back up to chest and up to shoulders again when he encounters some wolves. And then we move all the way up to face. And there he has to tighten his face as hard and as tight as he can. Sing his song and then relax. And then we move up. We finally get to the dragon. Now, probably here I need to stop because I don't want to ruin the end of the story for you. But at this point, he has to learn to relax everything. And in relaxing everything, he's able to come up with an idea of how to get this evil, well, not even evil, this dragon back to a safe place or kind of a normal place. So the dragon isn't causing problems, which is really the problem all along. So that's our story and that's our song. Again, I want to emphasize that this is the story that you want to read to your children. And as you read it, they're going to be going through the exercises like you saw me doing. And that's really going to be their emphasis. If you just hand them this story and say, here, read this, it's going to have no effect because that's not the way the story works. The story is just a tool. It's a way to give them something to practice as they move through the progressive relaxation. There's one other small technique that we use in there too, and it's a little bit of positive affirmations, helping the child begin to think, hey, maybe I can do this. Hey, maybe I can do this. Which again, for me, I'm trying to hit every part of the brain, trying to get the body to relax, trying to get our breath deep, slow, and comforting, and then also get my thinking positive. Maybe I can do this. All right, so you're going to find this, and again, the link will be in the description part, but you're going to find this on the gatheringofgoodpeople.com. Or you can even go to brettrwilliams.com. And there, under resources, you can just click. We're going to create an audio version as well, so you can be able to just maybe even not even have to read through the story yourself, but just have me read through it for you. I hope those are useful tools. This is a really anxious time right now. Let's help our children by giving them the resources they need to get through their own anxiety.